Hello YouTube and welcome to another review, and this time we have AIRFIX's NATO Infantry, or previously I believe they were US Modern Infantry by AIRFIX. This scale is 172. This is an unboxing. This is a seal box. Its manufacturer number is 901759. And this was released around about 1983 to 85, so it's a fair age, this kit, and it's in a sealed box. So we're going to open this up and see what we get. So quite looking forward to this one. So this starts the new year rather well. Now this is of course sort of Cold War era, and it was one of a few sets that AIRFIX released in the modern range. So you had modern Russians, you had these modern Americans, and you had some modern British kits, but they were basically in 132. But you were limited 172 to a few kits like this just before AIRFIX really went into administration again. And this set was manufactured in Calais, France, and this is where General Mills moved their operations. So it was moved out of England, I think it was in England at the time, and moved by the American company to Calais, France, and this is one of those sets. So a lot of the writing on the box is in French. Obviously it's translated to English in parts as well, but a lot of writing here that is in French, so that explains that. The cover, not fantastic, not up to AIRFIX's standard at the time. Sort of blends in. The background's dark green. The figures themselves are obviously wearing camouflage equipment. They do wear the American Fritz helmet, which basically was their new Kevlar PAS GT, which is Personnel Armour System for Ground Troops. That was their new helmet for the 1980s and looking into the future. You've got your normal Alice webbing, which they had, and that looks, it's quite basic on the actual artwork there, but it looks fairly similar. You've got the two smallish ammo pouches on the front, which does kind of figure with the American weapon of that era, and obviously an M16. The artwork, like I say, is nothing short of unimpressive, so thumbs down on that one, but there you go. And at the time, the artwork on the kits round about the 80s was very, very good, and it really did make you think you were getting a quality product. But not so the case on this, but AIRFIX was again on its last legs. So like I say, this is a sealed box, it's never been opened before. On the side it's just telling you suitable for ages 5 and up, and there we have a little figure just there on the side. Yeah, that's focusing. And here you have a very sort of basic description. I mean, the sort of drawn and coloured, but that's only how much you're going to get. You're going to get 48 pieces in this and 7 poses, and you're not going to get anything more than that. This, like I say, was the end of the road for AIRFIX really. There wasn't much left in them after this, but that's what you're going to get basically inside. General instructions: if desired, figures can be painted. To ensure clean painting service is advisable to wash with detergent before using colours. For painting, use AIRFIX paints. Well, that's pretty much says it all. Actual size, I mean, the more modern sets now, you get a much better sort of thing going on the back. This one isn't so good, but I think they were pretty much all not that informative at the time, but you always knew you were getting a quality product, so you didn't really worry about it too much, to be honest. And like I say, yeah, there's not a lot to this, to be honest. That is pretty much what you're getting. So what we'll do, and there's the original price, probably at the time, £1.15 by McGregor's, some sort of shop or whatever. Goodness knows where that was. I paid a bit more than that on eBay for this set, and you will be lucky to pay anything under £10 for a set like this. I think I actually paid 20 for this set, Just to let you know, it was not cheap, but this will be an unboxing, so we'll have a look. I hope there's something inside, even if it's just a slip of paper, so we can have a little look at what go back in time, so to speak. So let's start with the unboxing. Great, we've got a little, I remember these when I was a kid. So here we have it. Hope you can get that. AIRFIX magazine for modelers. If you want to know more about modelling and details and how to make your favourite subjects, then buy your copy of the AIRFIX magazine today. Hints and tips every month and background news on all aspects of modelling. Available from all news agents and subscription: Gardner, Dart & Co, Fairgate, Horsham, Sussex. And here we are. Are you a member of the Modelers Club? Right now for your details and get your special badge. I think I was in the AIRFIX Club for a while, but I don't think it lasted. And if you have any complaints, please specify the code and everything. So there you go. All that from about 1983. There we go. Right, let's have a look at this. Good. So like I say, with this 48 figures and about 7 poses, so it's not going to rock you about with and here we go. So this set, now Plastic Soldier Review, the Bible, says about 1982 this is released. Now my information says it's 1983, but I'm not going to split hairs. I think it's near enough. One of the main reasons was the actual Pazjet helmet, the Fritz helmet, didn't actually get released for genuine US service till about 1983. Did make an appearance in Grenada. In fact, there was a paratroop version. The paratroop version of the helmet is actually slightly different. It's got a little bit more sort of suspension in the top section, but there was occasion in Grenada that they reckon the actual new helmet did save 2 people's lives. So that's pretty neat. Now, if we're running on the sort of Alice webbing, we've got something up here. Now I'm not entirely sure what that would be. Now I know on the Alice webbing, which is all-purpose lightweight individual carrying equipment, there is a first aid kit, and that first aid kit is supposed to be in the top of the webbing. Now whether that's supposed to be it or it's some sort of rudimentary radio, who knows. But there you go. We'll just have to give them the benefit of the doubt on that one. So I'm just going to do a quick equipment. I have no idea what this is. This is just some sort of generic. There was a similar sort of pack issued to the Americans, but this was mainly issued, you know, sort of clandestine operations and probably Nicaragua and things like that. I don't think this is anything. Yeah, Plastic Soldier Review's right. The strap lines there certainly don't look like the American Alice webbing. Yeah, I mean the helmet isn't great. It's not exactly a fantastically accurate helmet model, that's for sure. But you know, in my mind, they're definitely U.S. infantry, so I'm not going to worry about that. So let's kick off. M16. The actual, if I just go back to the runner, now he looks so familiar. It's almost like the US Marine runner, if you remember the World War II one. It's very similar. The legs very sort of high there on this one. To be honest, I quite like these in a way. I think the sculpt's actually not too bad. They're clean, they're very clean, there's no flash. I'm quite liking him, to be honest. I shouldn't, but I like him. Again, this chap here, if that just goes into focus. This chap here looks more or less he's standing guard. He's certainly at the ready. Is not too bad. I will say this set does completely transcend into 132. They have all the same amount of poses in the 132. That's really actually quite good. He is using his rifle as a club, but can you see all the details come through? We've even got, if you can see that, there's the hole with the M16 sort of carry section there, where the sight runs through. It's actually, you know, that I would have expected that to be either not there or filled, and that is open. And the barrel is really quite delicate. They've done well there. And to be honest, it's quite a good pose. It does look like there's a bit of action in that, so I'm actually quite impressed. This one's really quite good as well. He's very much sticking to his ground, and he's just saying, come on, let's have you. Yeah, do you know, like this pose as well. Again, I don't know why, I've just got this familiarity with that US Marine set that I did a review a while back of, AIRFIX. They've just got that feel, even though this is US Infantry. Well, yeah, quite like this guy. Yeah, I do quite like him. Let's flip this over. Ah, yeah. It's quite a good pose, this one. So this is a guy. He's got a grenade. He's obviously probably ideally hiding behind a bit of cover there. The gun again is very, very good. I just hope you're picking that up. It's very, very difficult to get that done where you can actually see through the top section of his M16. It is very delicate, and that's actually brilliant there. So he's got his grenade, and that of course would be your M67, is it M67 frag grenade? So that would be M67 fragmented grenade. And there's his, I think they've all got the US water bottle. Difficult to tell there, yeah. I mean, we've all got our US water bottle, and that really's never really changed throughout the course. You know, it definitely always looks like the one that's gone right the way up to World War II. I think all that normally changes is probably the web and surround on there. Obviously they moved on to nylon, which the Alice was. It was more of a nylon composite. But yeah, it just goes a little bit awry on the back, but these figures look so sort of delicate, and they're, you know, they're not bad. Now how many? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because I've got an extra one there, haven't I? And obviously the Fritz helmet replaced the M1 helmet, which they'd used for such a long time. I think that went right the way up through, maybe from Korea, Vietnam, certainly Vietnam anyway. So it was due a change, and they went to the Kevlar, which obviously is a hell of a lot stronger, and that should prevent most rounds going through it. But yeah, it's not a bad stab. I think, like I say, AIRFIX were on the end of the, And another good thing, you can just probably see that, but the leg doesn't look like it's part of the base. It looks like it's a separate entity in itself. You can see a nice black line right across there. The creasing in the trousers is there. Yeah, to be honest, I thought I was going to probably hate this set, but they're actually not bad. I think the only downside is just limited poses is just a real issue. Now, Esky do have a set which is round about the same era. Is it better? It certainly looks better on the pictures that I've seen. I mean, Esky don't hold back. They'll just load up the figures with equipment, whereas these ones just really have rudimentary stuff. It's not 100% accurate, and they're lightly equipped. But these could have been a lot worse. And like I say, those M16 just look so delicate. So I'm reasonably happy. So I mean, there's no real equipment on the Alice webbing. We've got no collapsible entrenching tool, nothing like that. It's just, this is it. And obviously here's a sort of half sprue. That's the other sprue. So this is like a half sprue, because obviously we're only going to have a limit of figures. That's a repeat sprue. If that will focus in, yes it will. So that's a repeat sprue. Now, don't know whether I showed this chap, did I? There we go. So that's our guy standing firing. And again, that's great. M16 again just looks really delicate. Now these are the wrong side of 172. They're very short. They are 172, but they're the short end. They're coming in at about, I'll go that right down here, 21 to 20 millimeters in height. It's not a problem. I checked. I think the Russian modern set is about the same size, as about 1 or 0.5 mil in it, according to Plastic Soldier Review. So you know, you'll have no problem there, that's for sure. In relation to the Esky set, I haven't checked, but obviously when I get my hands on the Esky set, I'll do a comparison with that. I'm not going to do a historical US Army sort of lead up as I probably would, just because this set is so sort of ambiguous. It's not. It's just really seeing NATO infantry, and you know, I'm not saying AIRFIX are pulling a fast one with this one, but you know, maybe they were just trying to get the maximum from the market and not tie it to one particular country, and to get people to buy more. Some of these sets do exist. I mean, Esky do a set which is, you know, like a NATO set, and there's about 5 or 6 different nationalities in there. I don't think they really work. You don't get enough poses at the end of the day. So, but yeah, in terms of, they do look kind of nice. Just, I'd probably say in the 132 set, AIRFIX would just, if they could restart the mold and just bash them out as green soldiers, you know, like the standard bucket loads you get, they'd probably make a little bit of money actually. But yeah, he's kind of the pick of the bunch. Quite like him. The pose is great. It's just cradling that weapon. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's a nice pose. So I have 5 4 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 160 161 162 1 yeah, I'd say 4 full sprues, and then you get 2 half sprues. Don't let me down, camera. These are the half sprues. So yeah, it's not a bad, to be honest, I can't criticize it too much. I mean, yeah, the equipment is probably a little bit sort of on the rather odd side. The moulding, the sculpt, there's no flash on these, which is great. I'm not saying that you won't have any problems if you picked up a set. They can be all different, who knows, but that set is the 1980 set, and they were always very good, so I don't think you'll have anything to worry about flash creeping up in this set. I think they'll be as you see it, as I'm producing it. And this set, obviously, you know, gosh, it's nearly 40 years old plus, so it's very, very, very good in terms of the quality. It's just let down by a little bit of historical accuracy on the equipment. What equipment they have is very little. They probably look like they'd be better off patrolling the border of West and East Germany, which is probably what these figures were for, as their counterpart set is the modern Russians. So, you know, I paid nearly £20 for this set. It's good to know you can pick these up, and being sealed, it was just a bit of a little draw there. So we've all got to see this box opened up, you know, from all those years ago, so I'm glad I've shared that with you all. So like I say, we've got no M7 bayonet on this, no collapsible tool. First aid pouch, like I say, is normally up at the top of that webbing. Whether that is it does look on the, when I'm looking at the front, it does definitely look like a pouch on the front cover of the box. So it could well be the first aid kit. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows different, but I think on the Alice webbing for that era there was a first aid pouch on the webbing at the top of the on the top front. So you know your weapon, it's an M16 of course, and your M67 frag grenades, they don't seem to have any of those. So, you know, that's pretty much the most I can see on that. Now this set went out completely of production in 2003. So that's your window, pretty much 1983 to 2003. And they will be marked up differently. I think you've got NATO Infantry on the box, another one's US, NATO. There is sort of differences in the box art as it's gone through the sort of various years. But all in all, you know, I sort of thought I was going to hate this kit. I don't hate it at all. I hated paying £20 for it, but there you go. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.